Sounded like Bruns.
Well, she looks comfortable. Well, I'm doing all right. Really, 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 really tired because I apparently forgot to sleep last night, and yes, I've been up for over 30 hours or something. How many of my books did you move around last night? How many books did you touch last night?
The whole right shelf?
Well, you could read all those in that short of time.
Not all of them. I went to the tavern before I went to bed.
I see. Well, good morning.
Good morning. Oh, baking. Can't it just be this?
You could, but then, well, you wouldn't be very productive now, would you? Well, I'll see you later. I'm heading out.
Mm-hmm.
What's that noise about?
I'm just lazy.
All right, I see. Later then. This character? Well, my character is Loretta. But if you're talking about the other one, that was Ladia. She's a little bit of an enigma. I can barely talk. Oof.
Morning, Loretta.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you.
Morning, Miss Hotfoot.
Morning.
Morning.
Good morning.
Your best friend.
I haven't talked to him in weeks. Ever since he called me a little bitch boy.
Good
That
morning,
did happen.
Marcus.
Who called you a little bitch boy?
Oh, morning.
Good morning, Miss.
Doris,
That
he's
one
over
up
there
there.
looking down on us again.
Oh,
You look as radiant as ever.
Thank you. Well, you look,
Wha-
well, chipper as ever.
Of course.
Oh, here.
When you have to look.
At least pay half of it back. Silver.
thank you.
Hopefully I can get the rest of you today or tomorrow. I just have to figure out how much wood's at the wood mill today. And then, if you're up for it, we can get started working soon. Get that out of the way.
Sure, I'm
Cole
available.
won't be able to help initially, at least. He has to look out for something. Apparently, I guess paladins from Silverreach are coming here for something.
Paladins from Silverreach.
Mm-hmm.
I
But
wonder
he
what
wants to
for.
make sure he's around to receive them. Didn't say for what.
I'm available until people start dropping like flies. So I'm here.
I see. All right. Well, I'll go let Rin know. I guess we can go get
Good morning.
probably go get started.
Good morning.
Morning, John.
Lady Hartford, good morning.
Morning.
Oh, really? This early? Alright.
I hope you slept well.
I just went to the
We've been trying to get
walls.
it done out of the way.
It was
Make sure nothing else gets in the way later.
quiet.
Well,
More than usual.
Oh,
you look like you didn't get an ounce of sleep. You alright?
Get more of it quicker. We'll need more people. Because
oh yeah. Well, I definitely got
Lottie
some
is a
extra
little bit of a restless sleeper.
Also, you have 22 wood today.
I see. Was there
You'll be getting 4
foot
extra.
kicking away at your bed?
Yes. Something along those
Helps
lines.
you be getting 4 extra.
Understood. Thank you for showing me your place. It was a real marvel.
So if you have any wood for today, I can go pick it up later. I'll buy you out right now because I need all the wood I can.
If you
get.
say so. It's
I know it's not my place as a peasant, but
Alright.
it was I've honored the.
I literally buy all of it. Right
Copper and silver.
I really suck at this.
I'll give you 2 silver.
It was nice.
yes.
You really got that much money
Well,
back already.
it's
Alright.
it is rather quaint, but you know,
We're,
And I'll give him
I
paycheck
guess
Oh, there they are.
anything's
It was an
better than-
honor, lady, to receive your hospitality.
Of course.
And you
Perchance I ever
I remember correctly. With the,
seek my eyes upon it again, I will, in fact, be so elated.
I believe Cal. That's all I remember his
Yeah.
name from. Right here.
Yeah, right.
All right.
Alright, so I think I give you 50. Because you were skilled work.
I appreciate your
One other that was helping out.
embellishments.
I'll work on that.
Who
Alright.
was?
Well, when you find him, just let him tell him to come to me so I can give him his payment.
Yes, I'm not good at old common,
There's also the
Um,
wood elf that's been helping us.
but I hear it's all the rage in
Is
the
it?
nobility.
Yes, that's you,
Well,
right, Johnny?
You know, sucking up to people.
John.
You know,
Just John.
Almost.
John Wood.
Well, it's better than sucking down at people, right?
how does it even work?
Careful, he might hit you with his wood if you're not looking out.
I don't know.
I really don't know either.
Ma'am?
But thank you for the warning.
I've been frazzled lately. I've been overworked.
House still available by chance?
Like I had told you, I'm a rope that's at its max
Well,
tension about
yeah,
to.
I think I know the crux of the
snap.
problem.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
oh yeah,
You're a workaholic.
yes, we still have it.
Who did it belong to?
You know, you've
previously,
got like
if I
12
may
different
ask?
jobs in this city.
It was Penny.
You're
More than
basically
that,
their
but I
doctor.
can't really count that high.
I see.
Uh-huh.
You know,
wanna
you've
go
got
get
you're
my
making
friend
soap.
Sweeney.
You're
Time
making
to go
who
about
knows
it.
what else. That bag that I ordered from
Don't
you.
mind, and then I'll go
Well,
find
those
it.
things are easy.
Yes, are they?
I should have enough saved up.
Well, I made this table. You make enough of them, eventually you just kind of pump them out. It's not hard.
Hmm.
I gotta.
So like the first 10 are really hard, and then you know, after that it's like you press a button and it makes it instantly.
Back at the village.
Right. I will be right
Press-
behind
press
you,
a what?
Leslie. Put the palace in.
Oh, of course.
A switch,
We
a
all gotta
button,
walk on the palisades.
a lever. Pull a
I
lever.
see.
I'll gotta do our parts.
Lever. I wish I had that, honestly.
Yes,
I don't.
you pull a lever and it just drops a table down in front of you.
Of course. Hopefully our village is more
Yes, if I could just duplicate this, I
Talking
would.
about new
Good morning,
inventions
Charlotte.
from Marcus Hughes' lady outfit.
Well,
Good
he's,
morning,
he's
Marcus.
saying that making tables and things are very easy for him, so I was just, you know, humoring him a little bit.
Yeah, I take the idea of a table, I just make another one. It's pretty simple.
Mm-hmm. You
It's
started
like-
making
Yeah,
things
that's-
beyond tables.
The mockingbird savant.
You know how Christos does art? It's usually he has a bit of parchment, he draws 2 circles, and he draws the rest of the damn portrait. Right?
I believe it's a touch more complicated than that, Marcus.
Well, that's how I do building.
Suppose I should go to the Hunter's Lodge.
So, what you're saying is you draw the basic idea of a table, and then the table is there.
So he has 2 pieces of wood, you know, and then there's a table.
The main point is, lady is saying I'm a workaholic. I work too hard, and that's causing me to become stressed, tensed, and I'm about to snap at someone.
She has a point.
Hey,
What?
You always
excuse
seem to
me
be
if
working,
I'm not
Marcus.
interrupting.
Good
Could
morning.
Someone point me in the direction of the Hunter's Lodge.
If
I
you
had
go
directions from it a while
through the
ago.
garrison,
It's been too long.
there's a bridge on the other side across a river on the left, so you take the left fork and it'll be down that way.
Oh, they cleared that outcropping. Wonderful. Thank you. Thank you.
Aye.
Thank you.
She has a point though, Marcus. You do work too
Is
much.
that a grimoire? Must have been my imagination.
It's a grimoire. It's a book.
No idea. I would say, and I've told you this already, when other people start picking up the slack, then I'll relax.
See those 3? You know, I see them walking around the market every single day. Never seen them do anything else. Yep,
What about
she
the
she
one on
heard
the
us.
stage?
I don't know that one.
I mean,
Well, anyway.
there's a lot of people in this city.
I have to
Lady
work.
Alfred.
There's a phrase I use, right? Hands busy, head empty. As long as I'm working, all my troubles start to melt away. Now, the day I don't do something, the day I kind of ruminate to myself in my communal home, that's when the dark thoughts start to come in. And that's when
So
they
what
start to
you're saying
reside and
is
settle.
You keep yourself occupied to avoid your thoughts from spreading.
Oh, I'm my own worst fucking demon. Prelate. Sorry. I don't want to get too
I'm pretty
into
sure you're not really. A lot of people seem to have that sort of issue. The worst critic is usually themselves.
it. Well, yeah. You know yourself the best, usually. So you know where your faults are.
Indeed.
Or at least you think you know where your faults are. Anyway, that's what I'm dealing with. If more people
so
show
long
up
as
to
you're
help,
enjoying yourself doing some work, I don't see a fault with that.
enjoying myself, oh, I'm having a real ball. It's alright. It's one more step to being worthy, right?
I'd say you're close to there. Particularly after your shenanigans at Oakenbrook.
Alright. Or perhaps, Lady Hartford, I'm too foolish to stop working myself to death. Perhaps I'm too stupid to die.
Well, those are your words, not mine. Perhaps too
Sure.
stubborn.
Absolutely. Too stubborn. Interesting. Well,
But no, I've been
I've
told
had 2 or
stubbornness
3
is a
close calls.
virtue.
What's another?
Well,
Wouldn't you agree? You're stubborn enough to see the work that needs to be done, and willing enough to pursue it.
Oh, sure. I mean, I don't have nearly as many problems as you all do. A lady, a prelate? Like, you have much higher problems than me.
Oh, if only you knew.
Well, there you go. Mine are far simpler.
well, they may be
Making sure you
simple
have enough soap to
problems,
sell
but,
for everyone.
you know, there's still problems.
Sure. They don't require as much
Still-
forethought.
The scale of one's problems are relative to their own position. It doesn't make them any less than someone else just because they may not have a station compared to others.
Oh, miss, the royalty has already beaten into me the hierarchy. Don't worry about that. I already know my place.
And that place is building a palisade.
Sure. When's that happening today?
Aldo
Yeah,
was
of course
collecting
Gabriel's
people, I
not assisting
believe.
with that.
Don't know if he already left or not.
Don't you think the building's going a little bit slow?
Well,
It's good. It is.
if you have, you know, a pocket of dwarves, some kind of people just laying around, not doing anything, it would be great. Here the Empire's got scouts out coming near the city now. Figure it'd be some kind of incentive for people who haven't taken up the mantle of helping.
Where?
I don't know.
They're not here, are
Speaking
they?
of madness.
Not
What
yet.
was that I heard about a night killer in the city yesterday?
Yes.
Oh, I heard that one.
Apparently, the Iron Wolves had one.
What? Oh.
Don't ask me.
Well, there's only one lad who would have one.
Lord Cornwall, probably. Most
Alright.
likely suspect.
Forgive me, Helena. I do believe we've
There's no way a
done
regular
what we
wolf.
can. I'm ready to speak to you if you wish.
Over here.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Fresh soap, general goods, medical.
Oh, I'm quite fine. I'm just trying to figure out what happened last night.
Understood. You look absolutely bedazzling, sir. What's your name?
Randall. I'm new in town. I come and
Randall, I am Marcus the Worthwhile. Good to meet you.
Pleased to meet you.
As to what happened
If you guys
yesterday.
yeah, if you guys can help me with that information. I've heard some conflicting things.
What kind of things have you heard?
What have you heard?
Well, I've heard of nobles on the run after spilling blood, using a weapon that's very much not common found on this side of the war. I'm told that
the Iron Wolves have left up shop with him.
Yes, well, he is the owner of the Iron Wolves, and, well, apparently it was caught up in some kind of scandal, from what I've heard. A murder of some kind, and he didn't want to go quietly, so took him, his wolves, and left.
Must be nice having that type of influence.
Well,
Well,
it wasn't without bloodshed.
Yeah, they killed a lot of.
Sounds like more
contingent of
people's
guards.
blood was shed on this side, though.
It certainly was.
Not a single wolf was in the pile, Mr. Randall.
Yeah, I'd figure. Do you know which direction they fled?
No.
Well, the most likely answer is probably west, but
I don't know.
No, well, there's no way. You could do process of elimination. Where's a safe place to go right now? You can't go east, because that's the Empire. You can't go south, because that's Eshmathalos. You can't go north, because that's Hayloft. And, well, west.
Only leaves one.
Seems good.
Mr.
Good morning. Come in.
Morning.
How are you doing this morning?
Lest you forget,
Happy to see the sunrise.
Yeah, but
How are you doing?
order to someone rich, and they can pay someone to let them through.
Well, contemplating everything.
Oh, not if word of what happened here gets
I'm
there.
just concerned why one of Adwick's
I'm
most
aware that work on the
influential
palisade is
nobles was
continuing.
using the night
That's
killers.
good.
That's something the
I
enemy
believe
uses.
Speak to your father.
company will be.
The footer
I have spoken
Something like
with
that
him.
kind of contraption's really expensive.
Any news? Should we talk?
one of those
If it's
quick
pretty
Well,
small,
He
it'd be really useful for
seems
a lord to have one.
more willing to listen to what I have to say
There's
than
more
I
to it, though.
thought.
What do you think, Mr. Otto?
Oh, absolutely. That kind of
What
stuff is not
travels
I'm
available
not
to us.
sure.
The foot or the letter?
He's
Not even
still
a
set in his
military.
ways. He
know,
wants
no,
what
it
he
is not the
wants,
problem.
but
Yes.
Happen upon it.
Raven probably would be quicker.
I would have to assume
Morning.
that
But
he might have
trick
ties
question
with...
when you think about it for.
Perhaps we should talk over here just momentarily.
20
I had
seconds.
to
Yeah,
make
me.
some
Alright.
sacrifices, but,
And if that's the case, why?
you know,
Sacrifices.
well, personal sacrifices.
Sounds like a noble's life. I imagine, Loretta, that a man like that, after
So you might have to ask Chris.
seeing his countenance, or at least in passing, I imagine he's going to try to play hardball to get what he wants. Force his way, one way or another.
I
Well,
suppose.
I imagine you're going to have to measure whether or not it's worth it to go along, to get your way. Come to some kind of agreement, a compromise, or something similar. You know, making people like that think that something was their idea all along is usually part of convincing them, right? Because they always want to come up with something and be right.
Of course.
So, I don't know if you're going to talk to him again, or how things will proceed in the coming days, but consider that, right? In this, palisade, along with your other exploits, I imagine if you complete that, you'll just continue to raise your station, right?
If we have time.
Yeah. I was aware that there was that patrol that came back that was ambushed by some kind of scouts. The front line is closer than ever. No telling when that line at Bedaria will break.
How can I convince people to
I guess that's what I'm trying to
understand that completing this project is important
I see myself picking up a fair
and
amount
that
of
they should lend a hand?
other sorts of fabrics.
Am I going to take a sword and hold it to their throat?
Those can also be made.
Am I
imagine that kind of
are we
question
any
is.
better than the
If I
Empire
get the
then?
raw goods, I can work them into some.
I imagine that kind of question has probably crossed the mind of one Gerard Dorst quite a few times in the last several months. And well, if a man like that can't rouse this town, well, I don't know if anyone can. Short of the king giving some kind of decree or something of the sort to rouse people, but I would say that you've got to keep trying until the very end. I mean, more and more I've seen people leaving. Far more leaving than are coming in refugees now. They're running, Loretta. Like a...
Where are they going to
like
go?
an animal, or so much you...
Hit the mountains and be stuck there.
I don't know. The border's been closed for some time, and of course I was apprised of the departure of the Iron Wolves. It was,
Escape, more
a
like it.
spectacular. Edgar Cornwall was always a belligerent man in the past. I don't know if anyone ever took the time to really look into his, reputation before he came to a place like Adwick. Captain Edgar Cornwall of the Iron Wolf. He was quite notorious. But, regardless, I imagine he lived up to his reputation, much to the chagrin of Commander Osgood. Dorst, on the other hand, was laughing the whole night away, saying he predicted everything. He knew that Cornwall was going to leave and said that, any blood spilled was just, well, a pittance in comparison to what he extracted out of the wolves over the course of the campaign. Trust Gerard to always say that something was going according to plan.
Yes.
Whether it was or wasn't.
Whether it was or wasn't. That's what I was thinking.
Well, regardless, Lady Hartford, in the interim, things like that palisade will be useful as soon as the fight reaches us. I will continue any and all efforts, and I'm sure that someone like Auditor Dorst will be willing to put his emphasis behind it, but at the end of the day, getting House Hartford into this war is of paramount importance, like it always has been. I wish there was some kind of immediate solution, some kind of panacea, some kind of secret words to just say to your father to just make it all happen, but if I had known those, I would have told you a long time ago.
Yes, I don't think there's any magical words that we can say to make him do just that.
Well,
Thank you, both of you.
regardless, I'm still putting together my last few missives, and I suppose it doesn't hurt now, but to tell you. Thessalor, I was researching this thing called the Bitter Shields Mercenary Company for him. It's apparently connected to some kind of strange cult. Cult of, Cradle of Ithara, I think is what it's called. They're apparently connected to something. I wouldn't spread that around too much.
I'm not even familiar with
They managed
any
to...
of that.
They had killed one of my acquaintances when I had him deliver a bit of the information to another mercenary who's researching them. It's dangerous, Lady Hartford. I wouldn't get involved in it, but regardless, if you do plan to work with Thessalor or anything, he's been looking into those matters. There's still snakes around Adwick, even though I think a few of the spies are long gone. Well, if there's anything I can help with, Lady Hartford, as always, let me know. All right?
Well, the only other problem we have is our own snakes. The black serpents, you know.
Yeah. The black serpents.
They did.
I don't really know much about them, Lady Hartford, besides what's public already.
Yes, they did take something from a caravan that was heading out of the city the other day, and Thessalor was interested in, retrieving them, and he gave me some information on this thing that would allow you to see in the dark, like the drow have, you know? They can see in the dark. But
yes.
I sent a letter off to Mildenhawk because apparently he may know something about growing herbs up in the north of this. I don't know. It was all kinds of strange things that Thessalor was on about. So Hopefully something will come of that.
I imagine ever since Mirandil was deposed out of the scribery, he's been at a loss for purpose. I tried to tell him several times that, he didn't necessarily need to continue to look into those kinds of things. He could be his own man, he could act under his own power, make a new life for himself. He didn't have to stay cooped up in there and chasing all kinds of mysteries or whatever else he was doing up there. And, well, apparently whatever got Torgrim killed. Regardless, Lady Hartford, perhaps talking to Thessalo isn't the best of ideas. Perhaps it's just best to focus on the practical and the now. The Empire and your father. For as I have always said, Lady Hartford, if there's no Ireland, there will be no House Hartford. Please let me know if I can look into anything for you. I'll continue to compile the last couple of missives I need to work on. All right? Very well. Good day, milady.
Mostly yellow, a little bit of red. His name is Sir Wilmot of Linwood.
No, I haven't.
Very well. I have to search for him with haste. I believe he's leaving today in the morning, and I have an order to fulfill with him. So, if you don't mind.
You're not a... Forgive me, you're a blacksmith, right?
Metal worker. Not quite a blacksmith, but I can make
Metalworker.
most things metal that aren't weapons or armor.
So you wouldn't know...
Good day,
any
Lady
prior
Hartford.
details about night killers, the weapon itself,
Morning. Did you find the hunting lodge?
Yes, I did. I discussed many things with him and made my way back. I did it, as per usual, as quick as I could. But, how has this Morn find you? Any plans that you have?
Not necessarily. Just trying to usher people to work on the countless projects that need to be finished. You never know when the Empire will knock on our doors.
Yes.
The sound of rattling plate
Never know.
as a contingent of paladins make their way towards you, or through you.
I imagine that kind of man has ties.
Make way.
Morning.
You didn't see the whole event.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Only heard after the fact.
I...
So you have no idea which direction he fled with his special weapon?
Aha.
Only people that would know where he fled would have been
I believe they're from Silverreach.
pursued afterward and left town.
Yes, they are. I recognize two of their faces. Well, one of them. One of them's from here.
Well,
No worries.
Huh.
If you have questions, let me know. I'm at least a little bit curious about the event this afternoon.
what's in the book?
You let me know when you find out.
It's my journal. If
Yeah, well, I do a
It'd
one-mind
take
curiosity.
quite a while to explain a lot of it, so if you'd like to go sit down someplace while we bide time, because it seems we're both waiting for people.
Well, what is it that you do around here anyway?
Around here, not much. Just loll about and was reporting my findings to the scribery, but they dismissed it
Oh?
blatantly.
Well, I work at the scribery as
Hey.
well.
So I heard from Christos. You're not gonna get into that. But yes, I heard that from Christos, and I believe he told you about something. It was a game of mouth to mouth, saying
Oh,
one
yes,
thing
yes.
from me, then he
The-
spreads it
the,
to you. Yes,
Absent-minded courier. Yes, I know all about that.
yes. It's
So,
actually quite a
were
nice way
you-
to word it.
Yes, I was looking at Cade when I thought about it. He's a courier, works around here.
Couriers are usually absent-minded because all they have to do is
Move from one place to
You know-
another, you know? I do.
Hey.
So, you're the one cataloging all the interesting appearances.
All the changes that happen in the woods and changes in the animals, such as of recent, abnormalities in behavior and, well, beings of animals, as in blatant changes suddenly.
What is that supposed to
Allow
mean?
me to see if I could find. Well, have you ever seen a rabbit hunt a snake?
Oh, no.
I have.
I was shot at, took a couple of bolts. Took most of it,
Let me find the
Rabbit
page.
with this.
deep scar above my right
Hey.
left eye. Or what might be a scar, it's a deep cut.
Pardon, I'm reading this upside down, so it might take me a little while, since I'm going to be reciting it to you.
Bolt in my arm as well.
But no.
I can move it, but
Right there. Do pardon the bit of messiness for writing. I do journal my thoughts at the time.
You should see some of
in
the
this
scribes
is
when they're
a
just logging stuff and not actually writing a full book. It's awful. Far worse than this. So,
several things for mutations in here, but I have a whole part about the creatures that I examined. The rabbit I was following for about a day. I saw it on many a thing. It had sharp teeth that of a carnivore, as explained there, and I even had a little chart of it right there. Not quite the best at drawing, but I tried my best.
have you been able to
innards
capture
were even
anything
changed.
like this?
Capture? No. I mainly study them, see how they act, especially in the time of war. In the times when I've gone to Bador and that, and that's close to the front line, so I was seeing if they were just active, but they were a bit more than just uneasy and abandoning nests. They were, well, changing.
I will. Thank you.
So,
We still need to have
that is very so.
Hey.
if you're still awake.
It is indeed, yes.
Thank you.
May the day treat you well.
I'm not... I'm accustomed to having this beard now, and I've been gone for quite some time. But,
petty their wares for insane prices.
But...
That is the way
To be understood.
and merchant.
Guess it's
another one would be a
understandable.
boar with claws, and not just hooves. And a deer that... and behavioral change for a deer that, just blatantly charged down a boar and proceeded to eat it.
Eat it? Do you
Well, most animals in the forest are not herbivores or... They are scavengers, they do. Whilst they partake in eating greens more often when they find a body or something decomposing, regardless, they do go after it. They are omnivores. Most creatures in the forest are. They're scavengers. They take what they can get. I'm not picky.
Well, attacking a boar, though. Does sound quite far-fetched, though.
Yes, so far-fetched that a lot of the scribes, including the master one, decided to blatantly tell me, yes, let me try doing that based impression.
Yes, yes, I know. Just go about your day. That's just common for the war.
That.
Common for the war. Well,
I have many a thing written down in here about the mutations and all that. Showed them all of it as soon as I arrived, and they dismissed it. I do wish I captured one of them, and soon I'm going to be going out with Tyr, someone that I've met on my first day back, to see if there are any animals here that have spread from
It would be,
highest concentration areas.
you know, to get them to, well, the scholarly and the people up in the castle to, well, see what you've seen is probably the best way to, get them on your side. You know, you can write as much as you want, but to them it could be fiction.
Well, I'm afraid this isn't fiction, and
Yes, but, you know, hard evidence is much better than, well, transcriptions.
it's that is true. But
So if Tyr
I'd expect
can
them to at least
assist
believe
with
me,
you-
since I've been doing this for years, to say the least. And they don't trust me because of some overly far-fetched things, which
Does seem
still true.
a little far-fetched. So you can't just go and say, this is happening and blah blah blah, and have everybody believe you when it's frankly quite outlandish.
It's quite all right. I know how outlandish
So
it is
if
because
you
I
and-
didn't believe
if
it when I first saw it
Tyr
when I was there.
can assist you in finding and capturing one of these mutations, as you call them. I mean, that would be all the evidence you'd need if you could bring it alive.
Aye, that would be, but last area that I found one of them was in an area that I don't want to go back to, which was close to Badari and Kagovia. That area which I loathe venturing anywhere near now, because I like having my head on my shoulders, and I like
Are you
breathing.
talking about the animals that you've encountered?
Yes, I am.
Loretta, if you ever need any notes of it, I wrote all of his words down. It's a lot. Although
I too wrote my words
scary.
down.
Yeah, scary, but it's...
A lot of them at that.
in anyone's eyes, it just sounds like fiction, so... That's why I'm saying he needs to have physical evidence.
It's true.
Huh.
You never
The
know.
physical evidence that I really brought back was, well, not really many people would be able to understand what it is and how it's changed, which was, some innards that I had preserved, mainly for eating, but still preserved, which was from one of the creatures there that just so happened to have a change, a mutation.
Well, there's a proof in it of itself.
Not unless you're me. Or someone that researches animal innards.
Fair enough.
So I'm afraid the scribes wouldn't really be able to look at it unless they had a book going like, alright. Yeah, you're right, that does look a little bit different. That squiggly right there
Fair
isn't
enough.
there. Yes. So, going to be doing
I'm
is
keeping your note down a
Lady
bit,
Hartford says.
just in case I have to make my way up the roads and all of a sudden, Carnivorous Rabbit, run.
A rabbit is still a rabbit. I don't think humans would have to deal with such trouble with that unless they didn't want to harm a small, very squishy thing.
But what if it leapt and bit you in the neck?
See, that's what I mean. Go on.
If it leapt at me, I'd kindly dissect it there on the spot. It's kind of what I do.
May I, speak to something?
Then again,
Sure.
most people don't have
Anywhere
much
you like, Captain.
skill, and a lot of the
Would you mind
commoners
if
don't
we-
really carry around
A bit private.
well, as many items as I do for things to defend myself and procure evidence which is now there.
Well, best of luck to you. There's not really much I can do for you.
It's quite alright. Just knowing is enough.
Suggestions, yes.
Just
Christos
knowing
wrote
is
them-
enough.
Wrote down your notes then. Well, I was going to offer to transcribe them for you, but if Christos has already done it, then, well, I guess that's a bonus.
For what it's worth, I also jotted down most of the stuff that I have here and stored it in the Skyberry as well. Though if they kept that there and not in the pile of miscellaneous books that are for sorting,
Well,
trash books.
I'm the one who sorts them, so.
Hey.
Lily?
But,
Is she alright?
not a clue.
If you'll excuse me.
Go on ahead. Don't let me stop you.
Good morning.
Excuse me. Excuse me.
Hello, Sergeant.
Good morning. Oh,
Are you
sorry,
alright?
Loretta. Did not hear you. That's a good place. Goodest place is any over here. I want to get myself and yourself out of the middle of the road. I tried to arrange with the church to get my babysitter out of Adwick. It's becoming far too dangerous for her to stay. And Liliana is trying to get her sister and her mother out as well. We tried to arrange them to leave with the church, but they're far too stretched thin right now. I can't let her stay here. It's far too dangerous if the worst comes to pass. I don't know what to do. I'm at my wit's end. The world seems to hate me right now. And I don't know what I did. But I know I cannot fail my sister now. I need to figure something out.
There has to be somebody who's, well, leaving that you could trust.
Oh, good. There you are.
I'm not sure. We could send her to Gradia, but I'm not sure how. And I don't know if there are if there's anyone left in the city heading back home after the tournament. I don't know what to do.
Where's home?
My home? Ballyroll. When the orcs massacred my family. That's why my sister's here, and not home with my mother and father.
Yeah. I have a question for you.
What do you think I should do?
Are you planning on leaving?
I cannot. It is my duty to stay.
I will go.
There are far too many people here as well I need to protect.
Yes, I agree.
I need to protect. But the best way to protect my sister is to have her away.
Well, I can ask around to see if anybody is planning on trying to leave, but I can't make any guarantees.
Whether you find something or not, please let me know, so I know to continue forward and make other plans, just in case. But Thank you. I appreciate it, Lady Hartford.
Of course. And if worst comes to worst, you can always ask Master Ackerman. He always seems to know something.
Oh,
I see you did the same conclusion as I did.
Seems a little worse for... Ackerman seems a little worse for where as it is right now. I'm
Well,
not sure how much
he
he
does have
could handle.
answers, though. Most of the time.
Did you ask her about what we discussed earlier?
I did. Well, wait. There's so much going on.
There really is.
Which thing, Liliana? There are two things.
Very well. If you don't mind, let's speak a little closer to the edge.
If it's... Liliana, if it's one thing that we should not, we probably shouldn't.
I spoke to Christos about
spoken to her.
I've spoken to Christos about it, and he said he trusts him. I believe him.
What is it about?
I've already asked her if she has any ideas on how to get our family out, if that's what you're referencing. That's about it. That's all I've spoken to her about.
That's exactly what I want to ask. Basically, if you have any connections, any way to maybe get him to one of the western houses, maybe in Crossgradia, potentially.
The only connections I have are to Mildenhall and my father. And my father, if I brought this kind of thing up to him, he'd be, "Why are you sending people away?" and probably berate me for some other reason. Mildenhall's the wrong direction.
Chris did mention that that's a Wilmont, but I don't know if they would be willing to convince him.
Well, hold on. Have you either of you met Alexis before?
Briefly, yes.
She's rather nice, and her and Wilmont have really hit it off. If he's, well, heading out, and if what I've been hearing whispers of are true, that he may be taking her, maybe they may be able to give you a hand.
I'm more than welcome to explore the option if we can.
We'll explore that option to that end. If you have any other ideas, let us know. And we will tell you what the outcome is. Thank you.
Of course.
Thank you, Lady
Thank you, Miss
Hartford.
Hartford.
You should probably be a little more specific, even if it has to be whispering to me, Captain.
Forgive me.
I'm just simply making acquaintance with this new city. Hope to get to know it. Not from the front. I'm fine for
I'll trust you. I don't want to get cursed.
So the word is you're leaving the city then?
Yes, I plan to leave tonight.
Where are you heading?
How's Goodwin?
Goodwin, Well, if you're heading out that way, then perhaps you may want to talk to Sergeant Lily first. She may have some questions for you.
Sergeant Lily? That would be no problem. I can seek her out if you like, or you can send her my way.
I'll be here for the rest of the day, and I'm...
only have some minor business to handle, and...
Well...
Well, let's see. Very well, I will then seek her out. Is there anything I should be concerned about?
Well, she's, if you're heading that direction, perhaps you could help her with a bit of a predicament she has with a few of her family members.
Well, if I can help the gods, it'll be my pleasure.
Yes. It's a very noble thing to do, that's for sure.
Well, I do what I can. Where I can.
Good day, sir.
To you as well.
To my side, brother.
Sir, I had a question for you, if you don't mind.
We walk as equals this day.
Very well.
Tell me.
God, I've got like this crick in my neck, and it's like sharp pains coming up the back of my head.
Tens of thousands. Hundreds, maybe.
Most likely. I do not know.
Oh, hey, you that lady, that lady?
Which?
That one with
yes.
the lady with the noble, what's your name? You did the
Loretta
thing in the
Hartford.
Oakenbrook. Oh, yeah, I think your dad is around somewhere with a lot of scary men looking for you right now.
Alright, well, I'll go look for him. I was just going to suggest, if you're in here, you should probably get a sign that says, if you're open or not. I know Aldo makes some very good ones.
Okay, I don't
It's a
want
good
to really be
idea.
around if he comes around the
And
corner or
normally-
anything like that.
No,
because,
no,
he's
no.
like kicking
By
people's
all
teeth in.
means,
No,
head
no,
it.
no,
Go.
no, yeah, have a-
Anyway, I have a glowing light showing me something.
It is not our purview to dictate the actions of the nobility. Do as you must. If aught of danger comes to the church,
Did you see my father and his men around?
know what you must do. But you answer to
Nah,
the prelate
if that's
for
your
your
father,
jurisdiction.
he's in there.
Yeah, hard to miss.
Church looking for you.
Went into the church.
Thank you.
Be careful, he was quite cross.
When is he not?
Good read on his personality, no?
Reform. She's way to away here. Loretta.
Father.
I've given your words some thought, and while they are slightly misguided, there is still some promise in what you have to suggest. Tell me, how has the work on this Palisade project of yours progressed?
Well, initially it was very slow, but things are starting to pick up quite quickly. I've been trying to get more people interested in the project, but it seems like they well, a lot more people are leaving the city than are willing to work on these kind of things, it seems.
I suppose you've been asking nicely this whole time if they'd like to contribute their time.
So what you're saying is I should go and command them to do it now?
Perhaps you are smarter than I give you credit for. You've been far too passive, and because of that, you reap the benefits of it. Everything is moving at a snail's pace. I walked by, or I had one of my men walk by, just to see how slow things are going, and I see that you've managed to dig a hole in the ground, that's for sure. But hardly a palisade that makes. You want it to be ready, and if you want the crown to truly recognize anything you're doing, you have to move with some swiftness, Loretta. A swiftness you've been all too willing to let pass away or slip through your fingers because you don't want to, I don't know, upset the local peasantry.
It's more of, well, I don't know if you've seen me recently, Father, but I'm not the largest person out there or the most intimidating.
No, but you are a lord's daughter, if nothing else.
Perhaps.
If you had the means, Loretta, would you take my advice and act with more of a persuasive tone?
You know, I can do that, yes. But visual show of force is also quite persuasive as well.
Oh, I know. If you really do intend to make a change for the better, then I can help you with that. If you really do. I can offer you some men to assist you with this. If things don't pick up, then, well, I'll have to chalk that up to poor management. But I do hope that my help in this would speed things up. Because, Loretta, as much as it behooves us as a house under the crown to help, I find it best to help in ways that don't drain our own pockets.
Well, thankfully we have other benefactors for that sort of thing.
Exactly. Sometimes they just need a bit of a push.
It seems that Ernesto is more than willing to pay for the project. It's just, well, we really need the incentives, so a couple of our men would go a long way to, well, making me seem a little bit more persuasive.
Well, Retta, when you go to talk to these builders or these nobles who you've had dealings with, I'll spare a couple men if you come to the castle and ask.
Pardon me?
When you do go to talk to these builders or this noble who you've been dealing with, or whatever other contacts, I'll send a couple of my men with you. And if not now, then I will send them should you come and ask at the castle for them. Have them on standby.
Alright. That should, well, do. 'Cause yes, that could do nicely.
And don't just sit idly with the two men that you'll have at your back. You need to act more like, well, more like you actually want to get things done. As lofty as the title is that you serve under, there are certain things that men of our state, of my station, and women of yours must utilize if they're to truly get what they want. I don't care who you have to cajole, backstab, blackmail. Use every tool. It's about time you started acting like a noble. I'm glad to see you are picking things up quickly. It seems you just need a more forceful guiding hand.
It seems so.
Good. Now, I think I've wasted enough time with this church. There isn't anything else you want to tell me or update me on?
No.
Good. Oh, and one more thing. I've been told that you are undergoing work on the palisade to the west first. And you may have heard that the Imperials have been sighted less than a mile away, Loretta. I think you might be focusing your efforts in the wrong direction.
Well, had to start somewhere.
Well, why don't you start in the east then, where they're coming from?
Oh, there's a
Might
giant
put a bit
swamp
more
there.
use. Well, there was a giant hill on the west. And it's good that there's some cover for you. The Imperials can't march through a swamp, can they?
There are some open spots that are in the designs that we can start filling now. It's probably the best option to start on the other side, then work our way to the middle.
Good. Show me that you can do this. Show me that you deserve the name of Hartfield, Loretta. Do this well enough, there may be certain rewards in store for you. Finally, owning up to the proper name and title that you will hold. Good.
And then we can...
Glad to see you're finally coming around.
And then we can continue to, well, make our house greater than it ever was.
There will be plenty of plans to go over once you succeed in this task, Loretta. But one step at a time. If there's nothing else, I think we've wasted enough time in this church.
I believe that's everything.
Good. And don't forget, my men are at the castle, should you ask.
At your station, by the pillars. Yes, Captain.
Follow!
Make way for the Lord and his men!
No.
As of late, many of people of note in this city have taken to meeting in here. Somehow they believe that
That read it.
Horsekicker?
Miss Hafford. We have indeed spoken to Sir Wilmot.
And how did it go?
He has agreed to it. However, additional aid, maybe. Maybe coin for a sellsword, or some willing to go by or for a wagon, potentially. Would make the travel easier. Even a horse.
We do still have to break past an Imperial line.
Imperial line?
The scouts. The Imperial scouts.
Yes.
If you need something in return for all this, I will give you my most dearest worldly possession.
Oh.
Might as well.
And what would that be? Your lives? Your lives?
This is a book my father read stories to me throughout my childhood. Fantastical, wonderful stories. It is the only one of its like by his account. If you're willing to help, I will hand this over to you.
How much do you need?
Sometimes it takes a while to figure things out.
Yes. Doing calculations in her head, moving the decimal place and such.
Quite.
Memory says the wagon would not be coming back. It'd be a purchase. It's probably far out of what most people can afford. It's 2 horses plus a wagon.
I can't.
We'd be better off trying to hire a few. We'd be better off trying to find a few decently skilled people with weapons that would be willing to go with. A few spell swords, even that would just cost a few silver each.
And if you can find the people, I guess.
Thank you.
Alright, thank you. We will find them as soon as possible and get back to you as soon as we can.
She pulls out a dagger. You'll see engraven in it. This is the one of my last possessions my father possessed.
Do you know how much you need?
If you can...
Couple of cell swords. Maybe not even as much as the wolves. The wolves were very skilled. We will just need some people that knew how to swing a few weapons. I would imagine just a couple silver to hire a few people.
Indeed.
Just take 4.
Well, Sir Wilmon will take them with him no matter what happens, but this will help. Finding some aid for him. If nothing is gained from this, I will return this to you. No questions asked.
Yeah.
You have no idea how kind this generosity is. How much it means.
As much as you're trusting us with these, until the deal is complete. She hands you the book.
Well,
take care of it.
Yes, I shall. I hope you can find somebody to help you.
quick DM note.
I think we should be.
Take a look at that. If you take a look at that book, it is filled with a whole bunch of tales, mostly translated from what look like Elvish, but there are a few words that don't match up and are left untranslated.
Well, best of luck.
Indeed.
Thank you. Come on.
As we turn. Thanks for a fine day, Miss Hyford.
Hey, he's at least got the skill to back it up, but he's got quite the competition amongst him, so always has to be humble, even as a knight.
Indeed. And here he is, not here picking up a, well, I guess, well-made craftsman you are.
Just gonna quickly grab a book from in here. Need a dagger. Woo!
I was just about to do my swim when I came to do this maple module.
Finally fixed it up.
It is a nice pouch.
Someone else here in follow. much.
Alright. Their last name is really Chicken? Or is it like a nickname?
But trust me, you don't want to know his last name.
The capture
Bye.
Susie.
Out of all the places to help I this lullaby, and apparently Burke was among them.
Love my company. There has been sort of.
Show them the strength of your chicken family. There we go.
Okay, John Wood.
I won't stand too close, you might.
We're good. Now get
Undo
the other
the
one.
rope. Help me the rope.
I'll be fine.
You know what I mean?
All right. Thank you. Okay.
I've already thrown it down.
Yep. Okay.
It took us a few tries, but we got what we got to do down now.
Good.
No one died.
I hope not.
You're good to go.
I mean,
Alright,
yeah,
let's get in line.
no one died.
Ready?
I mean,
Ready,
you're
go.
up here, it's pretty loose.
3.
That's why the palisade goes up on front of it.
As you begin to heave, with an 8, the rope begins to slip out of your hand.
Keep your eyes on the project.
With another 8, it falls completely out of your hand for a moment.
Oh, fuck.
The log comes creeping back down.
No.
Oh,
Shit, grab the rope. Grab the rope.
I can help. Get out of the way.
Ghost doggy.
Are you all
I
right?
heard ghost cats before, but I never heard about.
My hands up. Sorry about that.
Oh, fuck, it's alright.
Right. You want to go help them up there?
Get crushed by a log today. We already had to deal with one yesterday. Please.
All right, Marcus is heading up to add more hands.
Thank you. Yes. Thank
I do hate it.
Alright, never mind. It's just
Boys ever play tug of war? It's a bit, you know. We'll do it like that. We'll do it like, you know, we'll have one on each side, intermittent,
That's why
right,
I
left,
don't
right, left.
play tug of war. It's shit.
And then we grab. Grab in the middle.
Hello there, lady.
Hundreds of hundreds.
Okay.
Let's just pull it out.
Right.
You ready?
It looks undamaged.
I got it.
Alright, ready?
Okay. 3,
I'll take
2,
if you want to get
1.
the end.
Heave! 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 Heave!
You notice the rope begins to fray near the center with a spray.
Heave!
Oh, come on!
Oh, shit.
No, fuck! Come on, don't fall. Please!
Hold my hand. I'm gonna try to grab it over.
The rope's fraying!
He's gonna walk over. Just try to hold on to the upper part.
Well, it's a good thing.
Hey, lady.
It's fucked.
Cut for a day.
It's a good
Do
thing we
have
had
any,
another
rope
one.
available.
Pardon me?
Yeah.
Not bad, not bad.
Yeah.
That was not bad.
Yeah.
Do I have more rope?
That needs to be back in place.
We don't have a lot of it.
They might have some hemp fiber. Aldo, remember we have 2 rope. We've only freed one of them.
Yeah, that's true, but we need.
Shit.
Yeah, you're actually helpful. Thank you. Those 2 over there will join us.
Yeah, if
And
one's
there,
freed,
they're
I can
talking
still
over
use
there
it to
about
repair
secret
the other.
stuff.
Should we do 2 more?
Out of all the
Well,
places
maybe.
we could be
One of them's not
sulking,
helping us.
Yeah.
The other one.
Yeah, I know.
Construction deal. Now we're talking.
I'll help you.
Same page.
So, are you two getting paid to work, or are you getting paid to talk?
We're supervising.
I'm
No,
getting paid to
you're
be
not
shirtless and look
supervising.
handsome.
Are you being paid by Ernesto?
No, I had to ask Rin some questions.
All right,
I
Rin.
apologize for
look at
bringing
my
him away.
chisel body.
It's true.
These men are struggling.
I'll be getting back to
and
work.
you're sitting here with me.
I know,
on
I'll be
down.
getting back to work. Well, I'm not sitting here, we're standing, first of all. And second of all,
Pedantics.
I'm answering some questions that he's pedantics. I understand, Lady Loretta.
Listen,
we'll
the
finish our
Empire
matter
is
here in a
knocking
bit,
at our
and I'll join
doors.
back.
Would you like it for them to cut off your ears and then the rest of your body, or would you like to be, protected?
Go ahead, Rin. We gotta go take care of some things anyway.
Sure, I'll see you around. Let's get back to work. You are correct. Let's get some work done.
Take care, Loretta. Take care, Rin.
Take care. See you around.
Aldo, if you have a moment.
He's the elf who's been helping us.
Oh, all right.
A moment, Aldo.
Oh. One moment.
Marcus,
Alright.
come here for a moment.
Is there a problem?
Slightly. Just a change of plans.
How are laying it out?
Well, no, that's fine.
Yes,
We're going to need to start construction on the other side of the palisade as soon as we can. So starting
As
at
in which
the
side?
starting
Where?
at the swamp and working our way around from that way. The Empire scouts have been coming in from that direction, it seems. So it's probably
Oh,
the
that
best
was,
way.
I thought that was the direction we didn't have to worry about.
Yes. I've been made well aware that we're gonna need much more protection there. Well, we have a nice wall here of some sort, and well, they can
You
just
kind of a
walk straight
natural
through.
land. Yeah. So
Well,
at least
where's
it's
the
dug
other
out so
side
they can't walk
begin?
up the hill.
Right at the swamp.
At the swamp. Okay. So it's to the swamp, to that rock face that's there. And then between the rock face ending and the keep.
Yes, and then from there across the. Well, I kind of want to back it around the river and right to the edge of the.
I can walk over
fields
there if you want to show me, so I
Yes,
can get
you
a
continue
good idea.
on and come with me.
Yeah. I think the workers right now can the
I'll get
workers
my
here can at
tool.
least head back. We always have the other workers that are also
We're go-
helping do it
We're
later
gonna
in the
need
day.
we're gonna need everybody working all day.
Oh boy. Alright. Hopefully I can get the dwarves once they're done in the mines.
Come on home.
What?
We're going to have to, move a lot faster than we are.
Move a lot faster. What kind of window do you have?
Now.
Hi. Last week.
Yes, a month ago.
I see. Well,
I figured we
might I
had at
ask,
least
who
another
brought about
week or
this
so,
urgency,
but
or is it just the news?
well, the news of scouts on on the borders of the city, and I feel I've let myself be a little too lenient with some things, so...
You too lenient?
Yes. So there may be a little bit of change in how I'm managing things.
That's why the people love you, right? You're kind-hearted.
Yes, but, you know, someone who's kind-hearted gets taken advantage of.
Like Lord Cornwall.
Exactly.
I see.
Well, we can't have that happen, can we?
No.
So, the idea was to continue the palisade along this edge of this, trench, river, whatever you want to call it, all the way, and then cut over to the garrison. I would like to keep it on this side of the river, so it's harder for anybody to get across, natural barriers and such. The river.
Sure.
We might have to ruin some of the crops, and I'm not too sure about this water mill. Might want to sneak around it.
You're not sure about it?
Right through it or something. Put it as the wall of the palisade.
That's the problem with city planning here. Some things are just in the way.
I say
This
we
is
continue
pretty
it right
deep and rapid
along.
for a river as it is.
Connect it to there, and then skirt up onto the garrison, and then from the one side of the garrison hop to the other, to that big rock there, and then finish it off right into the swamp. I do have some drawings of it. I don't know if you've looked at them.
Oh, I don't think I've seen them. If I get a general idea, I can work with it.
All right. Make sure that they get
I have your coal fields right there.
Well, it's probably going to have to be on the outside of the wall.
Aye. Strange little island formation.
You know, if we did dig this a little bit deeper, we could connect it right up to the lake. Have a nice moat going along.
You think so? Wait, where's the water flowing? From here.
I mean, it kind of stagnates here. I think it just seeps through the hill and goes into the lake anyway.
Oh, I've had the impression this is running water that can sweep you away. The only question is how. Oh, it's a thought though. That's a good.
Might be an
thought.
underground cave somewhere that you get sucked into. You know.
That's the only explanation I can think of. I don't see anywhere else it could be coming from.
I think it's somewhere over there. It seems like the water flows that way. It's coming from the swamp.
I've always been told don't cross this because you'll be swept away. So.
Good thing I've never done that.
Yeah, I've never done it. So, if you'd like, we need a few good men with some shovels.
Yes, starting on the other side.
If you had a really strong horse with a plow.
But we really need to start on the other side more than anything else.
And we're sure the monster thing's been dealt with. No issue there.
Have you seen anything?
I don't know how any of this works, to be honest. Those things that came up.
I've been told
you
they're
saw them.
gone, so if they're not, then, well, we're fucked, but...
Okay. Okay. Just another thing to slightly worry about. Understood. Alright, well this part's shallow at least, so... Okay. So I guess it's up to you. Moat or more work over there first?
Oh, we want to start over there first.
Oh.
The open areas
How are you
are the
gonna
most
get more
pressing.
men?
Strong arm them.
Strong arm them.
Yes, tomorrow morning, put on all your plates, and we're going to go out and wrestle up as much as people as we can.
I see. You got any protection going with you?
Yes.
Well, that's good. I hope they're royal guard.
No, a couple of my father's men.
I see. The ones that the ones that beat the ever-loving shit out of Christos. Those men. All right.
Well, nice. The methods do seem to be very persuasive.
Okay, if it's anything extreme, just know I might walk away. I see myself as a noble man, even if I am a peasant.
Sometimes things need to be sacrificed.
Well, like your humanity? That's something to sacrifice?
I'm not losing my
along the way?
humanity.
Oh, it's nothing so grandeur, but it's like a chisel hammering away at you, you know? Eventually it'll take hold. Just how many swings?
Well, here's hoping we're made of stronger stuff than that, Marcus.
Miss Loretta, my only question would be for you is, what are you willing to lose along this road?
Well, I'm not willing to lose the war.
Okay. So, everything else?
Do trust me.
I trust you. I mean, if I'm under obligation to nobility, I suppose.
It's not the right answer. Can you trust me?
I want to.
Well,
I'm willing.
we tried it the easy way. And it doesn't get the results that are needed, that are necessary. So, looks like we're putting the carrot away and bringing out the stick.
Oh, jeez. There was a Triton that kind of talked that way, right? You remember him?
A show of force is all we'll need. Let us help.
How good are you with a whip?
Well, let's hope it doesn't go that far.
If you're strong arming, you're gonna have to. You're gonna have people who just don't want to do it.
Well, then those people are unfortunately going to have to be forced to do it. It's either that, leave, risk yourself at the border with whatever Imperial troops are wandering around the Force these days, and, well, I don't think deserters are, you know, perhaps I could get the commander to start conscripting people for this project.
Oh, God. Well, just be careful, aye? People are gonna look at you different.
I was hoping he didn't have to come to this, but in order for our country, our king, our people to survive, we're going to need to be made of harder stuff.
I agree with you there. With the general consensus that Ireland is fucked.
So what? Throw up the white flag, give up, let the Empire come in, watch all your elven, dwarven, Triton, Bjorning friends be slaughtered?
No, not at all. There's two different ways to lead, right? How does your, if I may, how does your father lead his men and women? Does he do it out of fear or respect?
He certainly does it out of fear.
Like most lords of today. Right. That's kind of how this land is. If you have a king and you have lords, or if you have an emperor, for God's sakes, you fear them. Otherwise, you'll get tortured upon the rack and then die, right?
So what? We take it to a vote, you know, have all the peasants decide what's best. No one has, you know, an agreeable opinion with each other. Better have somebody in charge tell them what they need to do. One voice.
I do agree there. But if you earn their respect, motivation comes from them, willing to help you.
I thought I would have done that already.
But it didn't work, did it?
No. So.
You have a bunch of layabouts in a kingdom of, well, what I could describe as laziness, sitting on their hands, waiting to die.
Ireland is set as the laughingstock of our Zera. Ne'er-do-well country, barely a country. We weren't even a country until King Aelys did something about it.
So it had to be
fighting
unified.
Each other.
Right.
Now, wouldn't you want that country to stay unified?
That'd be nice.
And by Mithrax, it's not going to be under the banner of Sota or whatever the fuck the Empire is trying to preach.
You know they're all about order.
Yes.
Keeping everything in line, everyone in a tight little box. Efficiency is the Empire's #1 gig. What's Ireland's?
I'd hope it'd be diversity.
That is true. You do have a melting pot of a city. also means no one agrees with each other, like you said.
Mhm. I feel like it's more of a willingness to survive on our terms.
All right. So where are these dwarves? Where are these tritons? Where are these Bjornings?
Well, Aldo's over there working on the wall.
All right.
Raylan's on a mission to Hayloth to assist with, a Bjorning to see if we can get some assistance from Hayloth. We have something for them. Hopefully they can give us something in return.
Do you think they're gonna make it in time?
Who knows? And well,
From what you're telling me, we have less than a week.
well, less than a week before something starts, and then
Before things are mobilized. Aye.
we start the siege, obviously. So it's either we let them waltz right into the gates, or we put up a fight.
Does Castle Adwick have siege weaponry on the walls? Did I ever see that?
I assume they have something, but I'm not 100% sure.
Okay, because if anyone asked me, I could have been building them by now.
Well, do you need coin?
I don't need coin, just need material.
Well,
that's the bitch of it all.
If we have any materials, then let me know.
Well, if the crown ever asks if anyone needs to build any, I'm around.
All right.
I know how to make a more efficient ballistae.
Good to know.
Sure. Guess I better get started over at the swamp.
Guess so.
Where are your papers? I can read them all. Oh, and sorry for making a fuss at you. It just looks like it's gonna be a real shitty week for you.
For all of us.
For all of us. Put a lot of weight on your shoulders.
What do you think? I can't carry it?
Not alone. It's a big rock on your shoulder.
Yeah, probably. Let's use it as a foundation for the palisade then.
Sure. Why not? Well, shall we?
I think I saw Eldo walking across somewhere.
Oh, he's swimming against the current. Interesting.
Get careful in there, Rin. You apparently get swept away.
Marcus! There's a woman up on the ridge. She's not doing good. Can you check on her?
Sure. A woman.
She's... Yeah. She's... Looks like she's about to completely go. Fuck.
Completely go.
You guys should be safe when you work. Jeez.
You can see also a fireman carrying a young woman who seems to be pale of skin and struggling to breathe.
Let's go to some shade. Come on. Hey.
Is everything alright, sir? Miss?
What with her?
We're getting her in the shade. She collapsed. It didn't seem to be a dehydration issue, but she just collapsed. She's out of breath.
Stabilizing as we come down.
We're taking a shortcut. Steady breaths, miss. Steady breaths.
Wax, actually, are you carrying her too?
He's looking for shade.
There's a tree right here.
Oh, I don't know. Hey. I don't think goes. He's still going.
You hear someone call out, there's a tree right here.
He's getting her here some water, just in case it's needed for like a washcloth or for her to
Figuring it out. Carry on.
I was looking for Christos. He said that he wanted to come to see the work on the palisade. Did
He's not here, unfortunately. Sorry about that.
Oh, that's a damn shame.
Yeah, I guess that's the difference. Better, thicker shade. Hey. Basically, one down the hill. Suddenly, no reason.
Is present.
Whacked out. Fell over.
Have I seen this kind of sickness before?
Nope.
It isn't like the one back in Ledford?
No, this isn't like that.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure.
Marcus,
I
the woman that you know is Henri seems to be struggling to breathe. Her hand is clutched to her chest. With a 6, you're not sure what might be causing it. She doesn't seem to have any noticeable injuries.
Maybe a little bit unskilled, but oh, his reflexes. Very fast.
Oh. It seems you watch him quite detailed like.
Well, there's honestly not much else to watch around this city. I believe he's trained with Sir de Villiers.
Lily, you say?
Yes. Yes, that old chap. A hero, really, a legend. So anyone he fights with is of great interest to me.
I can understand. The good sir is quite skilled in his craft.
Indeed he is. They
like
even had a whole circle right here at these... Ooh, my drink. Right at these crossroads. De Villiers fought the warden.
So, I think there might be a small snag until that gets resolved. I don't know if you heard what happened at the poor quarter.
What? No. The poor quarter? What happened?
Apparently it's on lockdown again, and they're arresting people.
Why?
What? For what?
They didn't say. Someone came out and just mentioned it to us as we're walking back.
I'll figure it out.
no idea. Hi.
Lady Hartford, is everything going well?
No.
Something to do with your father, I take it?
No.
Hello, Lana.
It's just things aren't progressing fast enough. Now I hear the port quarters being cornered off, locked down. What's that
Something to do
about?
with our Magister Phelps. Apparently he's gone missing.
Hello, sir. What's this I hear about the port quarter being in lockdown? Isn't that proper?
What, do you live here too?
Well, technically I was in there, but I tried to escape and he won't let me out.
But you're already out!
Well, he won't let me go any farther. I decided to sit here.
I suppose it's not like you can run, huh?
And so what seems to be the issue?
Tried, that's for sure.
Right now,
Just serenading them until
Four
they let
Quarters
us
is
go
under
and
investigation,
hopes that
so
eventually
right now
my,
it's under lockdown.
Singing will
Interesting.
get the point across.
Aren't you Big Agatha? You're the one who feeds all the cats rat poison, right?
Yes!
I think you tried to kill
my
Lord
name's
Puss-Puss.
Agatha.
You bitch!
I didn't try. No, I just tried to make him into a pie. There's a difference. I wasn't just trying to.
I'm getting to the point where I can't remember.